Hi guys, this is Tessa. Welcome to my channel. I'm hanging out in my living room and I was kind of bumming around in my bedroom. I'm doing some laundry right now. Just like thinking about all sorts of stuff. I have a lot of like colored, I've got an ambiance kind of going on in my living room right now, and I'm not doing any tarot or anything, so I figured it's okay if you can't, like, you know, if the light is not that great, you know? So I'm just kind of keeping this, I don't know, blue, pink kind of vibe going. I got some music in the background because I've really been enjoying this Spotify radio, this playlist, so I'm just going to keep it on. But I've been really stalling and slacking in terms of keeping up with my Get to Know Me Through Astrology. I mean, I definitely wasn't able to do my mid-September tarot readings. And every single month since 2021, I've been doing my Get to Know Me Through Astrology with every single zodiacal season, every month representing a certain house that I talk about. And it's just a way for people to kind of understand how astrology works, or understand, like, at a very basic kind of beginner's level, how you can interpret your own birth chart, or how someone would go about interpreting a birth chart. Okay, so every single month. So if you're seeing this video for the first time, if you go back, I do have a playlist, Get to Know Me Through Astrology, and I break it down. I do one video per month, and that video is in reference to one house on the natal chart. So I started with house 10 up in Capricorn season, and I've been doing like that. So anyway, the point being is that I did not get around to doing, so I actually did my, the last video that I did for Get to Know Me Through Astrology was the 5th house for Leo season, and I actually did that a little early. I did that in July because I was out of the country for August. And then when I got back into Chicago, like, I just started doing all this, I just started kind of getting my shit back on track, and I didn't get around to doing tarot. I did do the October 2021 tarot readings. Those are uploaded, so check those out. But I didn't get around to filming my Get to Know Me Through Astrology, so that's my explanation. And anyway, so I've kind of like, you know, instead of just like laying around in bed and like, you know, being in my feels and, you know, feeling all this stuff and thinking about all this stuff that just makes me feel like shit and just makes me feel like, you know, I was like, girl, just let's film one of these Get to Know Me Through Astrology videos, because I'm going to get pretty busy soon working, and yeah, I have like, I have quite a few different jobs right now. So anyway, yeah, I did kind of want to like open up a little bit, because like, well, these videos are usually do offer a chance for me to like open up, so it offers an opportunity for you to get to know me a little bit, as I kind of like break down my chart, and it is kind of interesting that I was kind of like forcing myself to do this video, not forcing myself, but like really, you know, like really kind of trying to push my will to, you know, to do this video in particular, just because of how I've been feeling lately. You know, I've been doing a lot of healing lately. I've been, you know, as far as like you know, just kind of my experience when I was in Serbia. I was in Serbia for a month, you know, and I got to see all my family, but it was also a very intense experience for me because I have a very, very deep-rooted kind of connection with my roots and my family. And, you know, I just struggled for a long time kind of like trying to, I don't know, just kind of like find my footing here, even though I was born in America and I was born in Chicago, just like really truly understanding the depths of like who I was and like what I represented and how that representation and how that can translate in American culture. How does that like operate in the world that I live in? Like I live in a metropolitan city, and my deeper values and my deeper feelings about things are not like I am like in this process right now of like healing and getting into alignment with my true feelings, right? Like with my heart, with my values, with what it is that I truly believe deep down in my soul, and how I want to form connections with people, and what kind of people I want in my life, how I want that to look. Like, how do I see my beliefs and my values and how I like approach life and love and family and all of that, like on a personal level, not even necessarily like religious, it was just personal, like my own kind of personal philosophy. Like, how is that going to be created? Like, how am I going to be like express that side of myself? I mean, all in all, like in all honesty, it really doesn't matter if people like don't vibe with it or not, because it's not one of those things where it's like I'm trying to get people to see my beliefs, or like I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. I'm not trying to like get anybody to see. It's either like you have it or you don't. It's either like you feel what I'm feeling or you don't, or you share in my reflections or you don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's more about like just it's more the act of discriminating, you know, because I feel like I continue to find myself in these situations where I bring people into my life, or people come into my life that are just not good for me. They're just like, my values just don't match up with them. Like, who they are, like, maybe they're good people. Like, I'm not saying they're maybe like bad people, but for me, they're bad people. They're not good people. Like, maybe for other people, like, they're great, and, like, the way that they act and the way they behave and the way that they carry themselves and the way that they approach life and love and fit is, like, totally normal and totally cool. Like, especially with, you know, living in a metropolitan city, living in Chicago, it's, like, you know, like, I feel like a lot of people, unfortunately, do take, like, political ideals, you know, like sometimes in complete honesty, like I just don't think that, I don't know if people truly deeply get to know themselves and who they are, or they're just like following the masses, if they're just like following what their friends are doing, following what the other person is doing, just because like that's the collective way, you know, like it's so like hard for me to truly, it's so hard to truly get to know people on a deeper level. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with the fact that like America is so multicultural, and there are so many different people from so many different backgrounds, and there's this like, I feel like there's this like subconscious or unconscious like underlying like paranoia of like mistrust, you know, like where it's like you don't really know who you can trust, or you don't really know, but it's like, and it's such a crazy dynamic. It's so crazy to think about how like, you know, how it's like I have these deeper values that I know come from like, you know, like my culture, you know, like our Serbian culture, like things, but at the same time, it's like I don't necessarily even connect with that culture because I grew up in America. So I do connect with it, but there's also this rejection because I didn't actually grow up there. There's like a rejection. It's not that I feel rejected as a person like by my family. It's more like there's a certain misunderstanding in terms of like my experiences in America and what the idea is of America and what the idea is of like my relationship to it. I don't know if that's making any sense, but it's like I have these deeper values, but at the same time I know that I'm different. It's like, even though I have these like deeper needs, I have needs, you know, when it comes to like, I have certain expectations from friendships, relationships, like whatever the case may be. I have a, you know, like I know what I feel in my heart, and I know what's like, I know when I feel like something is right and it's lining up, and when something is wrong. And I can feel it when it's wrong. When it's not like, when it doesn't feel right, like I just know it. And I guess it's like one of those things where it's like, I know that I am different. I know that I am unique. I do live like in a liberal society. I do live, you know, and I'm like not bashing that by any means, like, you know, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of the current culture that we do live in lacks something. I really truly believe that liberal culture lacks depth, and like depth of character, and depth of like of connection. I feel like everything is so surface level, and everything is so just like, you're either with us or you're against us, or you're either this or you're either that. And I'm just like I just feel like something is like seriously lacking in American culture, and seriously just like, I don't even know, because like some of the people that I come across and some of the people that have come into my life, I'm just like, how do you truly think? Like, I don't know if they're just Americanized. I don't know if they've been brainwashed, like, into this system and this way of behaving and acting and thinking and just, like, treating people a certain kind of way where, like, they think that it's just normal. They think that it's just, like, you know, because I don't even know, like, if I'm explaining it correct. Like, I don't even know if I'm if this is even coming out right, because, like, I just literally just, like, got on camera and just started filming, and I'm just, like, I'm trying really hard to just, like, say what's in my heart, but I'm finding it difficult to say it, because it's so, like, it's, like, this, like, deeper wound and this like pain that I'm constantly having to like heal, and just like that I'm constantly needing to kind of like go through, because you know what I truly desire as far as like my vision of society, my vision of how I desire for society to look and to be and to is like very, very, it holds a place in a deeper kind of realm, okay? Like it exists in this like deeper realm of like compassion and understanding, and actually truly forming deeper connections with people that are you know, communicative and open. But, you know, where it's not so like judgmental, and people are actually able to express their true feelings about things. Men, women, gay, straight, black, white, like whatever you are, I just don't think that American culture, the way that it's going right now, can survive with this surface level kind of like, he said, she said, I believe this, she believes that. But like there's, I don't know, there's like, there's no real understanding, and there's no real like, because like America's so ego driven, you know, I just feel like people are so ego driven and care only about themselves and care only about their own cause and their own wants and their own needs. And it's just like, and like, you know, they don't really, it just seems like people don't really care anymore how their actions affect other people and how their, like, how their behavior in turn affects people, especially like people who love them, or I don't know. I guess I just have more reflecting to do, and I have more to think about, because it's just, I don't know, man. Like, it's just crazy to me. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't. There's so much more that I can say about it. I guess, like, ultimately, I have a lot of, like, I think I have a lot of, resentment. Like, well, not, I don't want to say resentment, because I don't really even feel that truly. Like, I don't even really believe that I do have a lot of resentment. I think it's more like, I feel pained over the fact that that so many people, like, aren't in touch with their like heart chakra, you know. They're not, like, there are like people, and I want to say, I feel, I don't want to make a generalization and say like men, you know, but so I'm just going to keep it general, because I know that not all of this type of people are like that, or all of that type of people are like that. But generally speaking, I just think that there's a huge disconnect between, like, the heart and who a person really is. Like, I feel like the way that people are existing in our reality is so, like, it's driven by, like, superficial, like, either idealistic, like, mass, like, kind of media mentality type of things, or like, I don't know if people are truly in touch with what they feel in their heart. Like, I don't know if people really take the time to think and to process the world around them, or the information that they take in, or how they feel after they hang out with a certain friend, or when they hang out with a certain crowd of people or a certain group. Like, I don't think people really take the time to process who they are as individuals, and how they identify and how they truly feel within themselves, within their own soul. Like what, like, who they are as individuals and what it is that makes them different. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, like, when 2024 comes around and Pluto enters Aquarius, like, there's going to be a lot of problems if people don't start really following their own spiritual path and really following what it is that their heart is telling them. Like, I think basically, like, what this video is really just trying to say is that I feel like there's a big disconnect between like the heart and the mind. I just feel like people are not aligned with their heart. Like, I don't feel like people are aligned with like with their souls. Like it lacks depth, especially, you know, and it's like, I don't even know how I keep like, you know, I don't know, like maybe because like I want to believe so badly that, you know, like true love exists, and I want to believe so badly that like, you know, the heart, that like the heart is the most, to follow the heart is powerful, and it is the most powerful thing. But then it's like, and you know, I do believe that, you know, the heart is worth fighting for. It's worth talking about. It's worth expressing. It's worth like what it is that you truly value as a human being and you truly feel as a human being. I believe that that is worth talking about and expressing. And I think that people hold that. I think that people repress those feelings. They repress their true feelings, their true desires, their true wishes, their deeper values, what they really feel in the soul, because they want to like fit in, because they think that this is just the way. They think that like they just need to follow the crowd, or because their parents say this way. I love my family, and I by no means share, like I share some of the same values as my family, but I by no means share all of the same values as my family, okay? Both of my parents have been married like 4 times. To me, that's like repulsive, in all honesty. Like, I'm just, that's just not what I want for myself. That's not at all what I want for myself. Like, I have undergone so much trauma and neglect. I'm just gonna say it, like just straight neglect and trauma. And like, and this is just like a small piece of the story. I mean, if you really want to go back and watch all my other videos and like learn about all the different things in my life and like what I've experienced, it's not at all like oh, pity me, like not by any means. It's just like, I'm just telling you the facts, and I'm just telling you like how I feel and and what I believe. And I'm not saying that like, you know, if people really aren't meant to be together, then they should like, you know, force themselves to stay in like marriages and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying that by any means. I just think that people have lost the true meaning. Like, people don't even really know what it means to like work things out, or to like, to find balance with another person, or to find like, I feel like people truly, like, people don't know how to apologize. Like, people don't know how to take responsibility for their actions, okay? And I feel like this is an America fit. I feel like this is an American thing, not taking responsibility for your actions. It's very power driven. It's like, it's just like not acknowledging how you make other people feel. You know, like only thinking about your own selfish like needs and wants, and I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted now because it's like I just got this like, like I just get like really ickified a little by, you know, because I think about like this like partner that I had, or this like ex-lover or whatever, and you know, and I understand that there are people out there who wouldn't even like, their values are different than mine. Like, there are people who don't believe in sex before marriage, you know what I mean? Like, and that's I need to charge my computer before it dies. Sorry guys, I'll be right there. Yeah, like, I get it, you know, people have different beliefs and values, and I understand that, you know, in this day and age, like, you know, people will consider themselves spiritual or religious, but not actually follow every single thing that's presented to them in their religion, you know, like you kind of find your own way, right? You find what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and that's okay. I think the point more that I'm trying to make is just like those deeper connections, especially like intimate connection, especially if you like if you have children with someone, right? I don't know, like it just, like you have children with someone, but you don't even like, you know, and then but you're caught up in the drama with like, you know, the baby mama or the baby daddy, like, and who's really truly thinking about the child. Like I don't know, man. Like I'm kind of going astray, and I don't even know if I'm making sense. It's just it's just like so frustrating to me, like, because I just feel like it's very hard to watch people that you love and care about like go down the road of destruction when all they have to do is listen to their heart, what's in their heart. All they have to do is like, and you know, like people are trained, like in our society, like people are trained not to follow their emotions. People are like, we train people not to listen to their hearts. We train people to be fucking drones and to just do whatever is being like presented by society, to make money, to do this, to do that. Like we literally like train people to put value in this or that, instead of like really being like true to who they are as individuals and what is in their own heart. And people like hide that, and it's just like I literally want to just start crying, because it's literally like the most beautiful part of human beings. The most beautiful part of like every single human being is like what is inside their soul. If it doesn't matter if it's good, if it's bad, if it's ugly, if it's like whatever's inside your soul and how you like feel on a deeper level, like that is so powerful. And so like it's such a beautiful part of the human experience, that the fact that like people like shame that part of themselves or hide that part of themselves or act like, you know, when other people share that part of themselves and people want to like, you know, not treat that the correct way or not value that. Like people, the fact that there are people who like don't value like vulnerability, it's like fucking heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking, and I could just like start crying about it, because like I am very sensitive and I am very emotional and I feel things like really deeply, and it's just like I just don't understand. Like I don't understand the world that I'm living in. I really don't. Like I don't understand. You know, like even in religion, people aren't vulnerable. They just pray. They just keep things to themselves or to God, and they pray. What? So nobody, like a majority of conflicts and issues in relationships can be resolved if people just spoke honestly and opened up and just said what they really felt, instead of like pretending like everything's okay, or pretending like, you know. And it's just like, it just sucks, because you can like find someone and you can love someone and you can love them so hard, but if they don't see it, like if they can't see you and they don't let you see them, then it's like the most painful thing in the world. And I don't know, it's just like, it just really sucks. It really fucking sucks. Like, and I just don't think that, I don't know, I don't think that humanity is meant to live like that. Like, and I know that, you know, there are some people who are just not as in touch with, you know, even as someone who studies astrology, like, I do understand to a certain degree that there are people who just aren't in touch with their, like, feelings, you know, like, maybe they don't have a lot of water in their chart, or, like, they just don't, you know, maybe they don't know how to get in touch with that part of themselves. Like, they're just kind of built a certain kind of way. But I also kind of, in all honesty, like, I kind of blame people who are in touch with their emotions, people who do follow their hearts and are in touch with, like, what's in their heart and their feelings. I kind of a little bit blame those people for not stepping up and being like, no, we are just as powerful as, like, these, as, like, you know, because, so, like, earth energy represents, like, material possessions, money, right? Like, air represents, like, intellectual, the intellect. Fire is, like, spirituality, creativity. And I feel like the water signs get the most fucking, like, I feel like that water energy gets the most beef. Like, it's just not valued. It's not valued. It's not respected. Like, you know, everybody just cares about either money, or, like, that you're smart, or just that you're creative, or, you know, and nobody really cares about, like, emotion and feeling and, like, how, you know, like, they just care about, like, how creative you are, how well you could do at your job, how much money you can make, but nobody cares. There's something, like, really big missing. And it's like, why have we not brought, like, this world is not balanced, like, you know, and that's why we're having protests, and because people are tired, they're angry, like, people need to show their true feelings, they need to, like, show what's truly in their heart, because they can't live like this. People can't live just, like, hiding their feelings and hiding what's, like, really in their heart. It's not good for you. It's not good for anyone. And it's like, I just want, like, I just want more water signs to just, like, I feel like if anyone is gonna change the world, like, it's gonna be water signs. Like, it needs to come out. It needs to be expressed. Like, ugh. I don't know, man. Like, I'm supposed to be talking about the 6th house, and I don't know, like, I don't have really anything in my 6th house. Like, this is supposed to be a video about the fucking 6th house in astrology, which is the house of Virgo. It's the house of, like, everyday activity and, you know, routine, and your health and wellness, and, you know, your daily habits. I don't know, maybe it makes sense because I have my North Node in the 6th house, and I have Gemini in the 6th house, so, you know, Gemini, like, very, very communicative energy, right? Like, Gemini is, like, about communication, and socializing and, you know, the intellect, and, you know, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. And, I don't know, the North Node, okay? So I have the North Node in the 6th house, and the North Node represents, like, destiny. Like, the North Node represents, like, the challenges that you're gonna face in your life, but also, like, your destiny, like, what you're, like, what the path that you're supposed to go down to feel more, like, whole as a human being, and to, like, to come full circle with who you are. So, I mean, I don't know, like, the only way that I can interpret my North Node in Gemini in the 6th house is literally just, like, to share, you know, to share, like, to share my knowledge, to share my, you know, to learn from others, and to teach and to communicate, just to communicate, like, my beliefs, my, like, all of that. But, like, in my day-to-day life, you know, like, you know, but it's also challenging because, you know, you're going to come across obstacles, you know, you're going to come across people who, like, don't align with your beliefs and who don't see things the way you do. And then that's where you have to start listening, you know, like, what is it that they, you know, who are they, what do they believe, and why, and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, I mean, that's fine. It's just, I don't know, like, I'm not, like, confused. Like, I wanted to be like, I'm confused, but that's not true. Like, I'm not confused by any means. Like, I'm not confused at all. Like, I feel like I know what's inside me. I feel like I know what's in my heart. I know what's inside me. I feel like I know, like, the truth. Like, I know. I get, like, jaded and confused at the thought of, like, not knowing what's inside other people. Not knowing, like, I know the truth inside me, but, like, not knowing the truth inside other people, because that's where things kind of start to, like, fuck with me, because I know that there's a lot of people out there that don't have good intentions, who aren't good people, you know, who aren't genuine, who can't open up genuinely, who can't communicate on a genuine level and just, like, say what they feel and just be honest about what they feel. That's what worries me. It's not me. I'm not worried about me. It's like, I'm worried about how I'm going to handle, because I am sensitive and I am, like, to a degree, I'm, like, psychically attuned to my surroundings. So it's like, there are certain energies that I just can't, like, I can't deal with those energies, like, or I don't know how to, and it makes me feel, like, confused, and, you know, it just makes it, I don't like the way it makes me feel. Because it's like, maybe, because I don't know what people's true intentions are, and I don't, like, maybe I can feel like something's not right, but I don't know for sure, so I don't want to, like, prejudge, because I don't want to be that person to, like, judge a person's story or circumstance, because it's like, you don't know what's up with someone, or what they're going through, or what they've been brainwashed to think or manipulated by, or whatever. And it's just such a weird time to be alive. It's just such a weird, like, because I just, like, I don't know, it's just, people don't want to be true. they don't want to truly reveal who they are because they think that this other version of themselves is going to get them what they want. And I just want to continue to be me so I can continue to be like, well, you're not going to get that from me. If you're going to not be genuine to who you are, it's almost like I want to just like know exactly who I'm dealing with all the time, because if people are not going to come as who they really are towards me, I don't want them to come at all. Like, I want people to know that I don't want to have anything to do with some like falsified version of yourself because you think that that's what I want to see, or because you think that that's like no. And I don't know, like it just like rubs me the wrong way so much. It just rubs me so much the wrong way. Like, and I'm increasingly like discovering that I'm disturbed by like so many things and like behaviors, and the way that like people talk to me, or, and I'm not just saying like general people, like people who are just, you know, casual, like everyday people. Like, I don't have a lot of issues by any means. I'm talking more about like people who like want to be in my, like people who want to be friends with me, or people who like want to have some kind of like relationship with me or connection with me, or like who want to like get together with me, or they want to like be some kind of part of my life, but they want to act like, I don't know, they want to act like they're all that. They want to act like a certain kind of way. And I'm like, you look like a fool. Like, what are you doing? You know, like, and I'm literally disturbed. It's like, I don't want to have anything. Like, I have cut out so many people from my life. You don't even understand. Like, gone, because I'd rather be alone. Like, legit, I would rather be alone than, you know, like, just have these people who just care about their self-image, you know? That's how it looks to me. To me, it's like they just care about their self-image. Like, that is literally, their self-image is more important than actual, true friendships and true relationships and friendships. It's like the image is the most important thing, and I'm just like, nope, you can go fuck yourself. Because I don't want you around. I don't want your energy. I'll open my energy. Like, that's not what I'm about. That's not what I'm about. Like, North Node challenges, destiny, and challenges. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I really feel like it's, you know, with having a North Node in Gemini in the 6th house, it's kind of like up to me to like communicate and to almost like to set the standard or to set the tone and to communicate my truth. Like, anywhere I go, wherever I am, because the 6th house is about everyday, daily routines. You know, whether you're at work, whether you're at home, you know, and to like follow my truth, you know, and of course, like, there's going to be challenges and stuff like that, but that's kind of the whole point, you know. I just know that a big part of who I am and like what I'm destined to do in order to like come full circle with who I am and to like follow my path and to really be like present with myself and with who I am as a person is to like just say what's in, like, to communicate with people, to talk to people, to communicate how I feel, what I see, what I feel in my heart, to listen to what others have to say, and to form those relationships. Oh man, guys, I don't know what else to say. Like, this was, like, I just felt like such a push through with this video. Like, it was just like one of those things where it was like, okay, I can either wallow around in bed, just like feeling really like nervous and uneasy because it's like I have all this stuff that's just like weighing on my chest and like weighing my heart, or I can just get on front of the camera and try to talk it out. Because I literally just did not have any written like plan of what I was gonna say. I didn't know how it was gonna come out. I didn't know like even exactly how I was going to express what I wanted to express. So it probably didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it also probably did make a lot of sense. So this is just my process, okay? This is my process. And I hope that, you know, you can find peace with that. All right. That's it.